Please welcome to the stage Jennifer Perry to talk about how life is a banquet.
I am Jennifer Perry, and I cannot tell you when I first saw Auntie Mame or knew who Rosalind Russell was. However, whenever that time was, it was the beginning of a lifelong devotion to Rosalind Russell. As an actress, I'm a devoted fan, and for finding Auntie Mame as, to me, the supreme female role model. Now, I didn't break it down into lessons but most of the time because I think you'll draw your own. We all draw our own. In the movie Auntie Mame, Patrick Dennis wrote this essentially about moving in with his aunt when he was orphaned about 10 years old. He moved into his only living relative's home, Mame. Her mantra, her motto, live, live, live. Life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death. Mame was a wealthy heiress. She ran a lot of eclectic bohemian parties, but she welcomed Patrick into her home and promised to open for him doors that he never even knew existed, and she did. However, with his inheritance came a very stiff trustee, Mr. Babcock from the Knickerbocker Bank. Now, this to me was a lesson in triage, damage control, and spin. When Babcock shows up, because he knows she's got to be a bad influence, she walks down the stairs and she sees that Patrick's making him a martini. Auntie Mame says, shaking boots is a gin. Would you like an olive? Auntie Mame says, olives take up too much room, such a small glass. So then she checks it out. She says, welcome to our little home, but tell me, do you think it makes such a good impression on a young mind to see you drinking during business hours? Of course, then when he says, well, wait a minute, where did he learn to do this? She says, Mr. Babcock, knowledge is power. A fact proven by my good friend Brenda Morris. That's where she learned to make the perfect martini. I can testify. Now, as they go on, you might say, oh, well, it's easy to have life's a banquet when you're wealthy. Well, true, that seems like fun, but then there came 1929 stock market crash. Nothing was worth anything. So Mame had to get a job. She tells her friend, the lush actress Vera Charles, if only I'd been smart like you and gone something steady like acting. So she tries stage work, nah. This is kind of like the Ignite thing there, that switchboard. And being a saleswoman at Macy's at Christmas, all ended in disaster, except the job at Macy's is where she meets a wealthy Southern man who came in to buy roller skates for an orphanage, Mr. Beauregard Burnside. He falls in love with her, she with him, and he takes her to his family estate outside Savannah called Peckerwood. I didn't write this. So Sally Cato in the Lavender, she wants Bo, so she wants to sabotage Mame. She sets up a fox hunt thinking she probably can't ride. She can't. Gets her ill-fitting boots, a horse that's wild and had been ordered to be destroyed by the county vet. But Mame comes out of it okay with the fox in her little jacket because she says, oh, I caught the poor thing, he was tuckered out. And when Patrick asks her, why did you go through with it? She says, I just couldn't embarrass Bo in front of all his people. Now, later on, Babcock has put Patrick into a snobby school, and he's met this airheaded heiress on the eastern seaboard, all the blonde girls he was meeting there that just had braces on their brains, she said. So she decides to have a little party at her home with her friends and Gloria's family. Control the variables. Well, she had this fabulous Danish furniture that controlled, it went up and down, drinks that were flaming, rattlesnake canapes, things like that. Of course, Gloria and her family were horrified by that, and also the woman that they thought was pregnant and unwed living in their home and so forth. To see exactly how it ends, though, you'll have to get the movie. These were things from from the women. Oh yeah, that's where her character, Sylvia, finds the man that her husband's left her for, finds a woman her husband's left her for. This was a long time ago. And seize control, yeah. I'm from Atlanta, you know, so I'm used to saying it like that. Identify the area of attack, that's where she bites her leg, and don't expose your vulnerable parts. I just think Rosalind Russell was a fabulous actress anyway. The character of Auntie Mame was built largely on fiction, a lot of fictionalized situations on what Patrick Dennis's life was like. But still, I think that if you watch the movie, you may come away with your own lessons, your own philosophies about it. You may think it's crazy, you might just think it's fun, or you might just think she's a great role model the way I did when I took on my nephew's bowling team. So if you would, just for me, say with me tonight, that you'll say this tomorrow somewhere, everyone, live, live, live. Life is a banquet and most poor suckers are starving to death. Thank you very much. Thank you.